Hello, it's Charlotte's sister C. Farrell, host of Powered by Age, Canada's longest-running senior-led podcast that invites you to do what you love.
This podcast is for you if you love writing or telling stories, if you love sharing poetry or doing interviews.
This podcast is for you if you love working on ways to create age-friendly cities.
This podcast is for you if you love learning how to tame technology and get more out of virtual events, if you love finding more ways to share your heritage or traditions.
If you love any of these things, you can go beyond listening and join our weekly podcast group. Simply email pbaafc@gmail.com and put your name in the subject line. Powered by Age is sponsored by the Government of Canada, New Horizons Grant, the 411 Senior Center Society, and G&F Financial Group. Good afternoon and welcome to Powered by Age, Canada's longest-running senior-led podcast. Today it is our celebration of the holidays. We are safe distancing, and you're going to hear music, a game, poetry, and other sentiments. And everyone who's on today is going to be welcome to give a Christmas wish or holiday wish to someone special. And so I'm going to start kind of in the order that people signed on. And did I say my name? I'm Charlotte Farrell. So Nansey.
Oh, hello. My name is Nansey Sinclair. I live on Vancouver Island in Nanaimo. And I understand that we're expecting perhaps to have a white Christmas this year. So we're excited.
Hi, I'm Christina, Nancy's daughter.
Hi, welcome, Christine.
Yeah.
Ramona.
Hi everyone. So I'm Ramona, and I'm very happy to be with all of you. I think the last few sessions have been very wonderful. And as a retired professor and a writer of some academic texts, I do find all of you so inspiring, like Neall with his poems every time, and Charlotte with her published works, and Leslie's adventures in Japan. Thank you so much. It's just wonderful being with all of you. And now Nansey is going to see if we've got any brains alert with the quiz, I think, right?
Yes, we're excited about our Christmas quiz.
Wonderful. Thank you. Good to see your daughter too.
Thank you.
Happy to have you.
Thank you for all of your singing and your stories too, Ramona.
Thank you.
Leslie?
Yes, I'm Leslie Hebert, and I live in New Westminster. And I'm a writer and an English as a second language teacher. I teach online, students mostly in Japan. And stories about Japan, I'm actually in the process of writing a travel memoir of a trip I took to Japan a few years back. And I have read some of those on the podcast.
Okay. Emilia.
Oh, hello, everybody. I want to wish you a Merry Christmas. I'm happy to join the party, and I just can't wait to carry on. Thank you for having me.
Oh, thank you for joining us. Neall?
Yeah, my name is Neall Ryon. I am, among other things, I'm a poet. I have a published book called From the Other Side, which is available on Amazon and contains 60 poems and 3 short stories. And I'm happy to be here. I'm going to share a couple of poems today.
Yes, you're on our entertainment schedule for poetry.
Well, you sent me a message that said you wanted me to share a spiritual poem, so I've got one of each. One that's got a sense of spirituality to it, and another one that just simply tells you who you are.
Okay, wonderful. We'll be looking forward to hearing it. Both of them. Hannah.
Hi, everyone. My name is Hannah. I work at the STAR Institute, which at SFU, it's called STAR stands for Science and Technology for Aging. research. I'm also working at 411. So 411 and Star Institute are in collaboration. Yeah, thank you for having me today. I'm really excited to be here. I'm in Vancouver. Thank you.
Okay, welcome. Hannah did what's called community-based research, and it's something we'll be applying to our Powered by Age program as a way of contacting seniors by phone and eliciting what things are important to them, rather than a lot of the surveys that just give you a few select things. So she has 7 priority areas that have been identified. And as we go into next year, she'll be sharing some of those with you and giving us an opportunity to hone in on them. And now we have Joel has joined us. Joel Flynn was one of the original people that helped get the podcast going. He has a podcast studio, and he is also a singer, a vocalist, and he is going to be sharing some of his wonderful music with us. He disappeared off the screen. I don't know what happened. I'm sure he'll be momentarily back. Hi, Elizabeth. We're introducing ourselves. Elizabeth is one of the leadership people with Tao, the Agape Wise Ones, who has helped bring creativity and fun into their meetings. And today we're taking a page from that book and having creativity and fun in our holiday gathering. So say hello, tell us, you can say whatever greeting you would like to make.
Oh, I just felt drawn to get your fellowship today. Yesterday, I went to see one of our mutual friends who is now in hospice. I just want to be able to relish the moments now.
Well, welcome. I don't know what happened to Joel. I know he is on the island too, and sometimes they have electrical issues. So he'll be back. But Nansey, a fun-loving soul. Nansey and her daughters have been baking cookies and having an amazing amount of things that they're doing and sharing. And today they're sharing a game that they created over the holidays. And Nansey, do you want to introduce it?
Oh, sure. Thank you, Charlotte. So like Charlotte mentioned, we've been baking Christmas goodies and filling containers of tins to give away to people for the holidays. And we started listening to some Christmas music on TV and got inspired to come up with a bunch of questions. So we have actually quite a few. We have 22. We don't necessarily have to go through all of them. But Christine and her sister, she has a twin sister by the name of Tina. They put the questions together. And we actually, quite honestly, just had a little bit of a practice run because we just had lunch with some staff and we played a bit of the game. Well, everybody was in hysterics. So if Christine loses it, it's because the questions are just striking her so funny. So she's going to go through the questions. You guys all get a chance to have an answer. And, we'll see what kind of point system that we can award you guys. And no cheating, okay? No cheating. So this is my daughter, Christine.
Hi.
And she's going to use her loudest voice, and she's going to get you guys going here.
Okay. Which of these is not a Christmas song? Silent Nights, Jingle Bells, The Monster Mash, All I Want for Christmas Is You.
Which one isn't a Christmas song?
Monster Mash.
Yay!
That's correct.
I think she's just giving that to you because you're the host. But anyway, we'll give you another chance here, everybody else. Okay, question number 1. Well done. Number 2.
Does Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer have a girlfriend? If so, what is her name?
Rudolph and a girlfriend. Yes or no? And if so, what is her name?
Dancer.
Sorry.
Dancer?
Nope.
Oh, Leslie.
No, I know. Olive.
That's Popeye.
No.
Olive the other reindeer.
No.
Okay, you get a third of a point for that. Oh dear. Any other guesses? Neil, any guesses?
Is it Clarice?
Well, Rudolph the Red is a Russian, so It must be Olga. It's got to be his girlfriend.
Nope. No.
Could it be Clarice?
Yes, you are correct.
Yay, Ramona gets a full point. Woohoo!
Thank you.
Okay. Okay, now you got, okay, Charlotte, now you got to keep up to Ramona.
Okay.
Okay, next question.
In the movie, The Santa Claus, how does Tim Allen's character become the new Santa?
You guys familiar with the movie The Santa Claus with Tim Allen? So he becomes the new Santa, but there's something that he does that gives him, that takes on that responsibility that he becomes the new Santa.
Is it drinking the hot chocolate?
No.
Oh, that's a good guess.
That's a good guess, though. Very good.
Something he does, and then he becomes a new Santa.
He's the leader because he brings the red nose in the fog.
Nope.
No.
Good guess, though.
Doesn't he fall on the real Santa or something?
That's very close.
Oh, you're getting close,
Very
Leslie.
He falls off the roof.
You're getting closer.
Closer.
Yeah, but what happens after he falls off the roof? He does something in particular.
He tells the truth.
No.
That's a good guess.
That's a very good guess, though. So he reads the Santa Claus card, and it says, if something should happen to me, put on the suit. The reindeer will know what to do. So he puts on the suit.
So he found there was a card, and it said, if you define this card, put on the suit, and the reindeer will know what to do.
Yeah, and he puts on the suit.
Yeah.
I know Charlotte. So I can see Charlotte. She's trying to recall the movie.
Yes.
And there was like three episodes of it.
Oh, here's a good question. What country does Nutcracker Ballet come from? Germany, England, France, or Russia?
Russia?
Yes, that's correct.
Oh, so, and I think Leslie answered the same time?
Didn't answer that
Hannah.
one.
Oh, okay.
Hannah answered at the same
Hannah,
time.
and I knew Hannah got it. Okay. So who are we sharing points with then? Hannah got a point and
Charlotte.
Charlotte. There you go. Okay.
Okay. In the Christmas Carol, how many ghosts visit Scrooge in one night?
No, I know.
Okay, Leslie.
4.
Woo!
That is
We got
correct.
it. We stumped everybody at the lunchtime.
Well, everybody tends to forget Marley.
Right on.
Yeah, that's right.
Very good. Yeah, I think Leslie's sneaking ahead of everybody in
I
points.
think so. Okay. Where does the Queen celebrate Christmas?
Balmoral.
Nope.
In the
Sandringham?
castle.
Yes, that's correct. Sandringham is correct.
What else you got? What about-
In The Grinch Stole Christmas, how old is Cindy Lou Who?
How old is
Cindy Lou Who?
Ding, 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 ding.
7 years old?
No.
Good guess, though. You want to do a warmer or hot, like warmer or colder?
Yeah, cold.
Any other guesses? And how does the poem go? All the who's and who go, the old and the small.
Oh, there goes Cindy, little Cindy Lou.
Little Cindy Lou Who was no more than. There's your hint. Little Cindy Lou Who was no more than.
10.
Eh.
2.
Yay!
There you go.
Try to get another point. Woo-hoo.
Okay, what is the little drummer boy's name? And why does he play his drum?
Rum-pa-bum-bum.
Yeah, it's a two-part question. So what was his name? And what was the reason
No,
he
he
played
has
his
a
drum?
name.
He does.
He does.
Oh,
We all have a name. So what was his name and why did he play the drum?
I think his name was Aaron,
Yay! Well done.
and he was playing his drum. He was wandering through the desert. That's all I know.
Wanting to the desert. You could tell me what the reason was.
No, because he had no gifts to bring for Jesus when he played his drum.
They had no gift. He was bringing a gift for the newborn king.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Exactly.
Jesus.
Yeah. So playing the drum was his gift.
Okay. What does Santa typically drink on Christmas Eve? Milk, eggnog, coffee, or Coke?
Milk.
Yeah, that is correct.
Milk.
Yes.
Eggnog.
No, the correct answer is milk.
When I was a kid, Santa used to drink Coke. Okay, here's a question.
So was it milk?
Yeah, it was
It was milk, yeah.
Who said milk?
Elizabeth did.
Oh, great. Okay.
So here's a question. Is the song title, this is a choice, is the song title Hark the Herald Fairies, Hark the Herald Angels, or Hark the Herald Camels?
I think it's about angels.
Neil's right. Two.
Who was the author of the Christmas Carol?
Any guesses on who wrote the Christmas Carol?
Charles Dickens.
That's correct.
Hey, well done, Ramona.
Thank you.
That was it.
Dickens.
What was the name of the Grinch's dog? And the Grinch that stole Christmas.
Remember the cute little dog, the poor guy who had to display on
I remember the dog. I can't remember his name.
It's a short name, small dog.
Yeah, really.
Spot.
That's a good one.
That's
but
close.
no.
Ding, 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 ding. Ding, 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 ding. Ding. The name of the Grinch's dog.
Max.
Yay!
Correct.
Oh, yeah.
Well done. Well done. Right on. I think we got time for one more. And then one of the other questions.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of what.
She's gonna look for her bestest question here.
Oh, I know. What country did the legend of Santa come from?
My guess would be Germany because he was known as Father Christmas.
That is a very good guess, but no.
That's called a gentle letdown.
Yes.
Holland?
Pardon?
Holland?
No.
Netherlands?
No,
Oh.
good guess.
No, it's one of the Sweden or Norway, I think.
Nope.
No?
Nope. Nope. The correct answer is actually Turkey.
That was a bit of a surprise, isn't it?
Yeah.
How about Poland?
No,
No, it was Turkey.
That's
it
Turkey.
was Turkey.
Turkey.
Good guess, though. Okay, so here's your last question, guys. So how many rings were there? You know the song, The 12 Days of Christmas? And they have 5 rings. Oh, never mind the question. I just gave you the
You
answer.
just gave us the answer.
Okay, scratch that. Never mind.
Okay.
We're going to go to plan B.
Here's another one. What is the size of the Grinch's heart?
There's a good question. What is the size of the Grinch's heart?
Oh, 5 times too small?
There you go.
Yeah, close.
Oh, close but no Christmas cookie.
Yeah.
Oh.
What was it? I don't remember.
I think it was, 2 sizes too. Well, the baby was, the little girl was 2.
Yeah, it was 3.
We're going to give it to you, Leslie.
Yeah.
We're going to give it to you.
Yeah, I can't remember the exact answer.
5
Anyway,
times too small.
yeah, there you go. So that's your Christmas quiz. You guys did a fabulous job. Thank you for playing.
Oh, thank you for creating such interesting questions for us. Oh.
Yeah.
Those are fun.
It was fun. Thank you so much.
There's the Grinch there.
Both of you. Wow.
Thank you.
So beautiful.
I have to go to another meeting, but thank you so much for the invitation. And
Nancy, did you bring enough cookies for all of us?
We did. They're in the mail. They're going to be on the back of Santa's sleigh.
Oh, okay, I see Joel is in. We just as we were introducing you, you faded out. So introduce yourself and what you're going to be presenting.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
I've got a crazy little system going on here in the studio. Hi, everyone. How you doing? Merry Christmas. Happy season. I'm going to be singing some songs here at the Podstream Studios instead of being at my mom's like I was all last year there.
Okay, when you know what, when you move back, it's louder. When you're closer, it's not as loud.
How's that?
That's good.
That's right. I got to have the microphone in front of me. Duh, what am I thinking? Yeah, so I'm here in Vancouver at right underneath the Senior Center, Podstream, and going to try and see if I can sing some songs by way of karaoke backing tracks like I did last year, but hopefully it'll sound okay, because I really don't know. I'm just kind of plugging some wires in here and doing the best I can. But if that's all right, let me know when you'd like me to sing.
Okay, and this is Joel Flynn. He said when I left a message, it sounded like, no, I was talking to type and it wrote Jewel. So yeah. He has a jewel of a voice, but his name is Joel.
I had to explain that Jewel is a singer-songwriter from the 1990s from Alaska who scored some big hits in the charts, but I am not her. But I will do my best to sing some songs regardless. Okay?
Okay.
All right, let's see how this works. It's a marshmallow world in the winter when the snow comes to cover the ground. It's the time for play. It's a whipped cream day. I wait for the whole year round. Those are marshmallow clouds being friendly in the arms of the evergreen tree. And the sun is red like a pumpkin head. It's shining so your nose won't freeze. Oh, the world is your snowball. See how it grows. That's how it goes. Whenever it snows, the world is a snowball just for a song. Get up and roll it along. It's a yummy world made for sweethearts. Take a walk with your favorite girl. It's a sugar day. What if spring is late? If winter, it's a marshmallow world.
It's a marshmallow world in the winter when the snow comes to cover the ground.
It's a time for play. It's a whipped cream day. I'll wait for the whole year round.
Those are marshmallow clouds being friendly in the arms of the evergreen trees.
And the sun is red like a pumpkin head. It's shining so your nose won't freeze. All the world is your snowball. See how it grows. That's how it goes. Whenever it snows, the world is your snowball just for a song. Get out and roll it along. It's a yummy world made for sweethearts. Take a walk with your favorite girl. It's a sugar day. What if spring is late? In winter, it's a marshmallow world, yeah. That's a little Dean Martin for the holiday season.
Oh, I can smell the cocoa.
So that worked out?
Yes, it did.
Is there no feedback stuff going on there?
A bit of an echo, but no feedback.
Because I think I left this. I'm going to try another song here and I'll see if I can fix that echo. Okay, let's. You can hear it?
Yes.
I missed my cue. Everywhere you go, take a look at the 5 and 10, glistening once again with candy canes and silver lanes aglow. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Toys in every store. But the prettiest sight to me is the holly that will be on your own front door. I don't remember how this goes. Let's try another one. But anyway.
That was a good start.
Right.
Sounds like on Vancouver Island, it's beginning to look like Christmas with snow.
City sidewalks, busy sidewalks, dressed in holiday style. In the air, there's a feeling of Christmas. Children laughing, people passing, meeting smile after smile. And on every street corner, you hear silver bells, silver bells, silver bells. It's Christmas time in the city. Ring-a-ling, ring-a-ling. Hear them ring, hear them ring. Soon it will be Christmas Day.
Streets of streetlights, even starlights, blink a bright red and green.
As the shoppers rush home with their treasures,
Hear the snow crush, see the kids rush, this December.
and above all this bustle, you hear
Silver bells,
silver bells,
silver bells,
silver bells. It's Christmas time in the city. Ring-a-ling,
ring-a-ling,
hear them ring.
hear them ring.
Soon it will be Christmas Day.
Silver bells, silver, silver bells.
Might as well. Oh, the weather outside is frightful, but the fire is so delightful. And since we've no place to go, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Doesn't show signs of stopping, and I bought me some corn for popping. The lights all turned down low. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Finally kiss goodnight. How I'll hate going out in the storm, but if you really hold me tight, all the way home I'll be warm. And the fire is slowly dying, and my dear, we're still goodbye-ing. But as long as you love me so, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. When we finally kiss goodnight, how I'll hate going out in the storm. But if you really hold me tight, all the way home I'll be warm. Oh, the fire is slowly dying. My dear, we're still goodbye-ing. But as long as you love me so, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Yeah.
Well, you made us feel good about snow.
All right. Did you hear that? That work out?
Yes, it worked out fine.
Well, Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas. Thank you. And you looked so happy while you were singing, the joy, you were just all into the spirit. So that was great to see.
That's
Joel,
good. Yeah. It's nice
Joel,
to be
I want to compliment you. You truly are a singer. Really, absolutely, totally a singer. You're beautiful, man.
Thank you. Thank you very much there, Neil. It's good to see you guys again. It's been a crazy readjustment over here in Vancouver, and I almost went home for Christmas, and then obviously I'm not, but I think that's for the best, and I'd probably be marooned over there again, but can get some things done over here. Luke's down in Mexico.
Oh.
So I'm glad I'm here running the fort while he's down there enjoying his Coronas and sunshine and his dad. So that's a whole other thing to deal with for him. But yeah, so it's good. We're able to keep things kind of going here and trying to get my school and stuff in order, and it's getting there slowly, but yeah.
Well,
it was good to
thank
see
you.
And we'll be touching back in with you because we're going to be in each one of our podcasts. We're working in movement, stories, music. So we'll be calling on you for more music and ideas.
Well, now that I got this kind of tested out, it seems to work. It's kind of a Mickey Mouse operation, but it's working. So it's nice to be able to sing for people, and all the karaoke's been canceled, and I don't know what to do about that, but I don't know. Have you guys been watching? Have you heard of that the Beatles documentary that's been out? You seen it?
Your singing is lovely. Really enjoyed it. Thank you so much.
I was gonna see if I could find a Beatles song, but I'll leave that for the New Year's.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that would be great.
All right.
Okay. Now we're going to hear Neil always has a poem. Today he has two, so we're going to transition to poetry by Neall Ryon.
My goodness, which one do you want? The short one or the long one first?
The long one.
Okay, yes. Ramona, you'll recognize the name in this one.
Okay.
The poem is written, I was invited to do a presentation about a book, and the book that I chose was Hermann Hesse's Siddhartha.
Okay, Siddhartha.
And so, I'm sorry.
Wonderful, that sounds great. Siddhartha.
The poem is called Siddhartha, and I wrote it in response to Hermann Hesse's book called Siddhartha. I am Siddhartha by the river. I am Siddhartha by the river, surrounded by beauty, living quiet in peace, contemplating the many gifts of the universe. I am Siddhartha by the river, meditating on the delicate essence of internal peace that arrive only in small moments amid the fury and the frenzy of the day. I am Siddhartha by the river, cautious about which thought is a teaching, and even more cautious about which thought is a seduction. I am Siddhartha by the river, cautious about, we just did that one. I am Siddhartha by the river, noting that all dogma, with their myths and vested interest, have inaccurately guessed at the truth. So there is no teacher who can show me the way. I am Siddhartha by the river, noting that all dogma, with their Jesus, I did that one. I am Siddhartha by the river, seeking to follow the path where there is no path, concluding that there is no true right route to enlightenment save my own. I am Siddhartha by the river, amazed at the life story people create out of their myths and beliefs and experiences, then blame the other, unable to see themselves as both cause and effect. I am Siddhartha by the river, wanting to be humble and knowing that wanting is always a distraction from the now. Wanting to be wise, and knowing that too is a deviation from the now. I am Siddhartha by the river, believing life is a river, ever emerging, ever changing, ever becoming new, flowing from experience to experience to experience. I am Siddhartha by the river, watching all things attempt to seduce my ego by telling me I am apart and separate from the other, while noting that the river and the forest come together through me. I am Siddhartha by the river, watching the connectedness of all things, seeing the creation and then the passing of all things, observing that without the light and the dark, life is without purpose. I am Siddhartha by the river, grateful that within this universe there is the presence of love, while waiting to die and do it all over again. I am Siddhartha by the river. End of poem.
That's wonderful insight. Beautifully read, Neall. Before you go on to your second one, I'm going to extend a Kwanzaa greeting. This weekend, Christmas is on the 25th, and 26th is the first day of the 7-day Kwanzaa celebration. And I don't know if you know, Kwanzaa was founded by Dr. Maulana Karenga, who's the professor and chair of African Studies at California State University in Long Beach, and he is the executive director of the African American Cultural Center and the creator of Kwanzaa. His special message was, "O African people everywhere, throughout the global African community, we bring you Kwanzaa greetings of celebration, solidarity, and continuing struggle for good in the world. But our celebration this year is of necessity different, even though it's no less needed and necessary. For we gathered together this year to celebrate Kwanzaa in the midst of the devastating pandemic of COVID-19, which continues to cause great loss of life, widespread disabling illness, economic havoc, and immense suffering, and a health crisis of monumental proportions. The deadly nature of this disease has compelled us to practice physical distancing, to limit face-to-face contact, and has taken a heavy toll on us as people. Thus, we are compelled to reconceive our choreographies of closeness, to rethink the familiar rhythms of our daily lives, and to realign our lives to deal with the new realities we face. And we must do this without conceding or compromising our relational closeness, and without losing the soul-defining essence of who we are. We specialize in the wholly impossible. And the first principle, the first day of Kwanzaa, is expanding outward to include others in the world. It reaffirms the assertion that we take on the shared solidarity of humanity, the oneness of life, and the unnaturalness of all aspects of favoritism, whether it's favoritism of race, sex, country, or condition. Umoja urges a moral sensitivity and caring relationship with each other, with other human beings, all living beings, and with the world itself. For as our ancestors taught us, we're not only human beings, Watu, but also world beings, Walimangwingu. And thus they taught us the sacred text, that we must take responsibility for the world and do good for the world. So it is a holiday that really is connecting with the kind of closeness we have through these calls and the kind of closeness we have with others. This week, as some of the other members of the 411 Center have been online, there was a big celebration they were looking at having yesterday. For the first time in months, more than 15 people were going to be able to be in the center. And because of the announcement about the travel restrictions and the number of people restrictions, they had to cancel it. So we're just not, each of us have an opportunity from our hearts, as Neall was saying within that reading, his poem, Siddhartha, from our hearts, we can send out love, we can send closeness. Right where we are, we have the spirit of the holidays, and through our podcast and through each of the things each of you do in your individual lives, we can bring hope to the world and bring about a climate where solutions can be found to this pandemic. And I'm done.
Thank you. That those are hearing the principles of Kwanzaa for each of those days were really very, I thought was very unified with the whole Christmas spirit. That really does speak to that.
Yes, because it broadens beyond. I was in the midst of the Black movement, Black cultural movement when Kwanzaa was created. And initially it was seen as a holiday for African Americans, but each year over the past few years, he said it's really for everyone because the intention is to see that we're one people. And these things of cooperation, sharing, cooperative economics, those are the things that can make the world a better place. So in saying Happy Kwanzaa to everyone, and I'm saying, again, acknowledging that each of you is an element of bringing about world peace and happiness. Like Joel, all of us as creative artists, I'm a performance poet. I was planning to go to Los Angeles. I had some things booked to do. I have a son and family members that are in some dire situations, and I had hoped to visit each one, and I can't. So I'm finding that we have to extend something within ourselves, that there is something within ourselves that we can extend. Dr. Ramona was chanting with us last week and saying that chanting doesn't belong to any particular religion, but it's a way of being and a way of studying and bringing things forth. So just really thankful that we have this podcast and have the opportunities to share the ways that each of you heal, bring a smile, bring happiness, because that's where the ultimate healing, I believe, is going to come.
Indeed. Well said, well stated there. Yeah, it's last minute changes, right? But we've been through this before, so we'll figure out how to do it again, I'm sure.
Yes, and we started working on audiobooks, Joel. We've been working on, one session was putting your best voice forward, and Leslie read a section from her memoir. The others working on things, but what we've seen is you don't have to have the whole book done, or you don't have to have the whole piece, but we have the technology, and we have people like you and like Jesse who are helping people to polish whatever they need so that they can record, and we can have that. We imagined at one point having a physical bookstore, a physical shop within the 411 Center, but now we can have a virtual shop or a virtual place so that Neall won't have to say you get it from blah, blah, blah.com. You can get it from the pbpoweredbyage.com.
That's right. Good. I'm glad to hear there's some things happening with it. I'm trying to get this space set up so I'll be teaching out of it remotely instead of going to Ottawa. So whether that's for having a video sort of set up or whatever it is, but also like the audio side's important in terms of students. It's hard to read these days when you have audio available to get that same content, right? And I sat down one day trying to do my readings for a course, and I was like, I'm just gonna record this. I'm gonna read this paper out loud and see how just how difficult the language is, that an academic paper that you try to read out loud. And I'm going, oh yeah. Is there gonna be a punctuation here to stop this sentence? It goes 3 pages long, it seems. So it's a good wake up call to actually hear the language being spoken out and going like, okay, this is why these things aren't connecting with people. It's just too dense and too difficult to process. So that's what I'm processing.
Is Podstream open now for individuals to come in to record with you?
Well, not now. I mean, we were kind of getting there, and it will be available. We're not doing it in the same renting the booths out, but obviously we're going to make it available for people who, within our circle here to come in and use. But it's not going to be like an open to the public rental facility. It just doesn't work for the overhead involved with COVID and everything. And so, but since I'm out west now and we've got sort of a team out here for the work that I'm doing with Ottawa, I'm trying to set this up as like a satellite of what's going on out there. So it keeps me here where I'm happier, and I don't have to uproot and go to Ottawa. So I know it's like, well, what's so bad about Ottawa? And I'm like, well, I'm happy to be here with the community that I'm around here that I don't have in Ottawa that provides me value for what I'm doing. So if I were to be uprooted and have to go to Ottawa, I'd lose kind of what Luke and I and others around here have tried to build up. So that's what I'm pushing for.
Okay, well, we'll be right there with you, and we'll be testing. We're a testing ground for any other things you want to try. And
Well, actually, yeah, thank you for allowing me to do that. Like, I just needed an excuse to do something like this to see if it will work. And if you don't have people on the other end of it, how do you know what's working or not? So, here I am, not even speaking into the microphone as I should be. So I'm learning these things as I go. But I have to run downstairs and let somebody in. So I will check back in for the New Year's kind of time frame that you guys are looking to do something. I believe.
Yes.
And we'll come up with some ideas for songs and carry on with the season. All right.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Have a great one.
Thanks, Joe.
Merry Christmas. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Okay. Neall has a 1-minute poem.
Just about 1 minute. It's called In the Stillness. In the darkness, in the stillness, in the moments before your lover's morning kiss arrives to remind you of who you are. In the stillness, in the darkness, a still quiet voice can be heard whispering to you the truth of your being. In the stillness, in the darkness, there is a truth. Beyond the wound, beyond the tears, there is a love and a compassion seeking to tell you who you really are. In the stillness, in the darkness, you can connect to the oneness of your soul that insists you are all that is. You are the love that created the universe. In the stillness and the darkness. End of poem.
Beautiful.
Neall.
Love it, love it.
Yeah, I'd just like to take a minute, Charlotte, to welcome my friend Rani, who seems to have joined us at the end of the recording.
Oh, hi, Rani. Introduce yourself or say hello to us.
Oh, she's muted, actually.
Oh, okay. Well, welcome to Powered by Age. We look forward to you joining with us more as we go forth.
Charlotte?
Yes.
I wrote something to our friend, who I visited yesterday in hospice.
Okay.
I wonder if I may share it?
Yes.
Okay. This is for Anne. It's to Anne. Anne, full of beauty and love, generosity and compassion, inquisitive and determined, resourceful and creative, giving and helping as she can, a light shining in these times, fierce and purposeful. That's my friend, Anne. Our friendship is fun and delightful, growing ever spiritual. Following your acts of giving and kindness, for me, is so inspirational. I shared with you Tao's theme for this year coming, expanding as the presence. I feel your presence as the presence. There, in oneness, we are ever frolicking, creating, loving, and expanding. Feeling our love, Elizabeth. And
very beautiful. You just hold a space with you as you are sending love to your friend, to Anne.
Very nice. Thank you.
Hello, Ronnie. We're happy that you're able to join us.
Hello. Hello. Hello, how are you, Charlotte?
Just fine, thank you.
Good. Yeah, I'm sorry. I just reached from my physio appointment. So, but I'm enjoying it. I enjoy Neil's poem very much. Thank you.
Well, we have more to come. I was thinking next Thursday, it being the day before New Year's Eve, that people might be tied up or busy with family things. So how do you all feel about whether we should have the podcast or just wait until the first Thursday in January?
Hey, I want there to be a meeting, a Zoom meeting on next Wednesday, because I'm isolated just because I'm not about to go out and party. My lady's away, and Elizabeth, do you recognize Sun Ning Kwailo?
yeah,
I like your poem very much, Mr. Ryan.
Thank you, Rodney.
It was very, very touching. Thank you.
My Elizabeth, my lady's in China right now, in Xiamen, and Washani. I miss her.
I'd imagine, yeah.
How do the others of you feel about next Thursday? Will you have an hour next Thursday you want to join?
This is just part of my Thursday routine, and I have no other plans for the 30th, so I'll be happy to be here taking notes.
I'll be here. Ramona, are you going to be here next Thursday?
Oh, sure, I can be here.
I'll have another spiritual poem.
Great, look forward to that. I loved your poem today. There were so many things I wanted to say about it. Right in the beginning, you said delicate essence of peace, arriving in small moments of frenzy. That really appealed to me, because somewhere in the middle of our day, we suddenly have that moment. And then you wrote, amazed at life stories people create, which is really true. They just feel that this is what their lives are, which isn't, if you look at the spiritual aspect. And then you end it by, or in between, believing life is a never flowing river from experience to experience. Everything about your poem was wonderful. Thank you so much, Neil.
Okay, so what I'm going to ask you all to do for the 30th, which is next Thursday, instead of writing a New Year's resolution, I want you to write one affirmation. And so Elizabeth she's a dreamer. She's a scholar. She writes plays, and she stays with us long enough. She'll have a play that we can go and do in Joel's studio. But What's the difference between an affirmation and a resolution?
A resolution is always going to fail.
That hits it right on the head.
Actually, I was thinking when you said affirmation, I said, that is the best kind of resolution.
Well, I've been invited to write an intention, not an affirmation, not a resolution, but to write an intention for 2022.
Well, that works too.
And so I'll come with an intention.
All right. Well, I will look forward to hearing each of you then. I extend my warmest wishes to you as we go through and see from day to day. We're the comfort and joy. And so in whatever ways our creator, our heart, the universe allows us to do that. I just see from each of your smiles that you have something in your face that someone would say, what is it that gives you that hope? What is it that gives you that creativity? And you'll be able to say, it is the peace, it's the love that's within my heart. So with heartfelt thanks for your being here, I'll say goodbye and I'll see you again next week. And remember to tell a friend, invite a friend. You can tell them, if they go to our website, Powered by Age, there's a place on there where they can put their name and it'll give me their email and I can send an invitation. poweredbyage.com for any of you that are listening and don't know. That's where you'll find all of our episodes. You'll hear copies or hear some of our podcasters reading their work. And we're inviting more of you. If you have a story, song, poem, or interview that you'd like to air, PBEA is there for you to do it. So goodbye without further ado.
Bye-bye.
Bye.